How to bulk add transitions in CapCut to get the result like this and keep the timeline stable with just one click. First of all, why is it necessary to add transitions? That's because without transitions, a video becomes awkward. The watchers might not have the mental preparation time to face a coming new scene. So, traditionally, how do we add a single transition in CapCut? Easy. Select the Transition tab at the upper left and select the type of animation effect you want. Among those effects, Mix is the most widely used one. Let's drag the Mix effect to the gap between video segments. By doing this, a mixed transition has been successfully added to the timeline. However, this transition brings up a problem. All video segments on the right are moved leftward on the timeline. Let's watch it again. Please pay attention to the right-hand side. So, why does it appear like this? That's because, during the mixed transition stage, the two connected video segments are overlapped on the timeline. The scene displays the right segment as well as the left segment, just like this scene, which contains pink flowers and a green lotus pool. If originally the left and right segments are both 2 seconds long, and the mixed transition is 0.5 seconds, then, before adding the transition, they are in total 4 seconds long. After adding the transition, it takes only 3 seconds and a half to play through the two segments. Thus, those video segments on the right-hand side are all moved half a second leftward. The consequence of this effect is a disaster. If you have already added music and text to the timeline, the matching relationship, the alignment will be disturbed. So, traditionally, how can we deal with that? The answer is, we can lengthen the two video segments to compensate for the 0.5 second. By doing that, the video segments on the right have been restored to their original positions before the transition got involved. However, the operations are inconvenient because manual operations cannot lengthen them to the exact time point quickly. Also, if the original segment does not contain extra redundant length, you cannot easily drag to extend it. Instead, you need more advanced techniques. For static images, that's okay, because static images are able to be extended infinitely, but it is still inconvenient to do that, especially when you consider adding multiple transitions. You have a repetitive and heavy workload here. Now, I am happy to tell you that these issues can be easily resolved by a software called CapCut Transition Specialist, and the operation on it is very simple. Before introduction, let me undo this manually added transition and restore its original appearance. This video project contains 8 segments. Each is 2 seconds long, 16 seconds in total. Let's memorize the project name 0328 and then close the project. Open CapCut Transition Specialist. Inside the dashed box, select one or more transition types. If the type you want to select is unavailable, you can go to CapCut and download it. After that, reopen CapCut Transition Specialist and it will become available. Secondly, adjust the transition duration. Thirdly, select Project 0328. Fourthly, click the Confirm button at the top. Done. 7 transitions are successfully bulk added. Let's go back to CapCut and take a look. We can find that 7 transitions have been added to the timeline correctly, and the video's length is exactly the same as before, 16 seconds. The timeline hasn't been disturbed. That's great. CapCut Transition Specialist is truly an excellent helper to save you from repetitive work, isn't it? You may have a question. What if I am not satisfied with the result and want to restore it? Can I undo it? Of course. There are 2 ways. The first way is to click the Undo Operation button at the bottom right. Reminder, you have to make sure that you have already closed the project in CapCut before undo to avoid mutual interference. The disadvantage of using undo is that it only works for the most recent operation and disappears when you exit the software. If, after a while you regret it, that's fine. Go for the second way. Inside the dashed box, choose the Bulk Remove Transitions option. Select the project. Click Confirm. Done. Let's go back to CapCut. Unsurprisingly, 7 transitions have been bulk removed from the timeline. Great! 2 tips here. First, in the Transition Type section, you can select up to 5 types. These transition types will be inserted in order and recursively. For example, if I select 3 types, mix, slide, flashes, the outcome goes like mix, slide, flashes, mix, slide, flashes, and repeat until no more. When you bulkhead transitions and you happen to have a transition which was previously added by you, CapCut Transition Specialist will just skip it, rather than modify it. The same logic. When you bulk remove transitions, the software just removes those transitions it added before. It doesn't remove the transitions manually added by you. That's all for my introduction. I hope you love CapCut Transition Specialist. The download links are provided in the comment section. Would you please give me a thumb up before downloading it? Thank you.
Nice.